Some jobs change you forever. This is the story of a dog-sitting job that should never have been accepted. A story about cameras that saw too much and the people watching from the other side. 2017, rural Illinois. I was 23, alone, introverted, in a town where everyone knew everyone, except me. My friend Clara thought she was helping when she introduced me to them. An older couple, early 50s, looking for a dog sitter. "It'll help you make connections," she said. If only I'd known what kind of connection they really wanted. The house was a relic from the 70s. Brick ranch style. Outdated. Run down. I explored abandoned houses for fun, so the decay didn't bother me. The dogs were sweet. The couple were not. They smiled. They were polite. But they never looked me in the eyes. Instead, their gaze would travel up and down my body, slowly, deliberately, like they were measuring me. During the house tour, they barely spoke. They would open a door, let me peer inside, then close it. No explanation, no context, just silence. They sold firearms from their home. That didn't bother me. What bothered me were the cameras. Cameras everywhere. Outside the house, in the hallway, living room, kitchen, garage, pointed at the backyard, the driveway. Even one aimed directly at the kitchen table. Insurance purposes, they said. I should have walked away, but I was broke, lonely, desperate for any human connection. So I said yes. The couple left for vacation. I set up my workspace in their office. There was a monitor displaying live feeds from every camera outside. Strangely, that made me feel safer. The house backed up to dense woods, large property. The dogs had a doggy door so they could roam freely. The first night passed without incident. The second night, that's when it started. 10 p.m., I glanced at the monitor. One of the driveway cameras had gone offline. Rural Wi-Fi is terrible. I told myself it was nothing. But then, the dogs leapt off the couch and bolted through the doggy door, barking, snarling, focused on one spot at the fence line, the side that backed into the woods. I looked outside. Pitch black. I couldn't see anything. But the dogs, they saw something. I grabbed treats, got them back inside, and I blocked the doggy door with a heavy chair. Morning. I woke up late. The dogs weren't on the bed. The house was silent. Too silent. I called their names. Nothing. I walked to the back door. They were outside, wandering, calm. My stomach dropped. I had blocked that door. I had pushed a heavy chair in front of it. There was no way those dogs could have. I turned. Slowly, To my right, the chair was sitting neatly in the corner of the room, 5 feet away. Someone had moved it. I called Clara immediately. She came over. We searched every room. Nothing. No signs of forced entry. "Maybe you didn't push it far enough," she said. I didn't believe that. But what could I say? So, I stayed. 4 more days. On high alert. Every second. A few days later, I was working in the office. I glanced at the monitor. Every single camera feed offline. One camera going down? Sure. 4 at once? No. I texted the couple. "Hey, all the cameras are down. Want me to troubleshoot?" No response. Hours passed. Close to midnight, the dogs bolted to the doggy door again. My heart pounded. I grabbed a knife from beside the bed, looked outside. Nothing. The dogs stopped barking. Then I heard it. A thump on the other side of the house. I brought the dogs inside, blocked the door. This time, I took a photo of the chair. Proof. Then I walked toward the back room, and I froze. You know that feeling when someone is in the room with you? Not moving, not breathing, just a shift in the air, a presence. I felt that. Who's there? Hello? I called their names. Nothing. I closed the door, locked it, sat on the couch, knife in one hand, phone in the other. Then I got a text from the wife. "Hi. Don't worry about the cameras. You're safe." They were in Florida. It was 2 a.m. there. Why would she say, "You're safe"? I never mentioned safety. I never mentioned fear. Another text came through. "Also, can you make sure I didn't leave the garage door open to the inside?" The garage door she was talking about was in the room I had just locked. I didn't respond. 2 minutes later, "Hi, I know it's late, but can you please check? I'm worried." My gut screamed, no. But what if it was just an animal? What if I was being paranoid? I approached the door. I heard a shuffle. Inside, something moving. My phone lit up. Another text. "I see you're up. Can you please go check?" And then I remembered. They had cameras inside the house too. They were watching me right now, in real time. I unlocked the door. Slowly. The garage door inside the room was open. It was pitch black inside. I stepped closer. My phone screen lit up from a notification. The faint glow illuminated part of the doorway, and I saw it. An arm pressed flat against the wall, just beside the door. Someone was standing there, in the darkness, waiting for me. I slammed the door shut, locked it, grabbed my keys, and I ran. As I fumbled with my car keys, the garage door began to open. My headlights swept across the interior. There was a man, a grown man, squatting behind a box, right beside the door I was about to close. He had been inches from me. I reversed down the driveway and drove straight to the police station. The police searched the house. Garage door open. No signs of forced entry. No one found. They followed me back. Checked again. Clear. 20 minutes after the officer left, another text. Hi. Plans changed. We'll be home soon. You can go home now. No mention of the man. No mention of what I saw. Nothing. I grabbed my stuff and I left. Halfway down the road, I looked in my rearview mirror. A car, no headlights, pulled into their driveway. I texted the wife. Someone just pulled into your driveway. Her response came instantly. I know. That's when it hit me. They had been there the whole time. They shut the cameras off. They drove behind the woods. They watched me. They set me up. But for what? I never heard from them again. I'm 30 now, and I still think about that night, about how close I came to something I don't even want to name.